Ho'o makakai wa I hiki mai ana o ko kaiku mokopani I ki'ia la. The future of our island starts today.
This is the future of tourism and the environment in Hawaii. First off, why this topic? One of the problems faced by overtourism is the loss of cultural preservation in Hawaii, which is focused around a relationship with the earth and ocean. When this culture is lost, so is the value of this relationship. Following this is the loss of environmental areas like coral reefs, forests, beaches, and any other part of the island you can think of. This has led to a loss of habitat and has resulted in the extinction of 27 plants and 9 animals since 2016, according to Hawaii biodiversity experts. Lastly, I have a personal connection to the island, having lived there and learning how to speak the language. Take care of the earth and ocean and be a part of the culture. Let's get into the past and present of Hawaii. The first stepping point is 1893, with the illegal military occupation of the island and the overthrow of Queen Liliuokalani by the US. This takes us into Hawaiian statehood in 1959, leading to the rise of tourism and eventually the tourist boom of the 1990s and 2000s. Based on trends from Hawaii Guide, which is a local tourism data collector, and the increased number of tourists, it's predicted that Hawaii will see roughly 16 million tourists in a single year by 2050, double what it saw this year in 2024. This puts local life of both people and nature at risk. More tourism means high prices on goods, making life almost unaffordable for locals. It also means that there are more people polluting the island. This leads us to technologies, both current and developing, that are helping to curb the impacts of heavy tourism on the islands. The first is drones and virtual tourists. These are digital forms of tours that people can take as a way of seeing places that are dangerous to access or have fallen victim to heavy erosion from past tourist traffic. Next is the rise of green tech. Green tech consists of technology like solar panels, electric vehicles, and forms of renewable energy. Hawaii's temperate and constant weather makes it a great spot for these technologies, and they are helping to curb the carbon impacts of tourism. The next is conservation efforts that have the goal of educating tourists on the best ways to both enjoy the island and take care of it. This includes things like educational hikes and snorkels and are rising in popularity among newer generations of visitors. According to the Climate Change Portal, the most important part of new technologies are the new ways locals are educating tourists. This is the best way to reduce the environmental impact on the island. I will talk about this more later on. Here we are looking at the steeped trends. For social trends, we are seeing a rise in collaboration with locals as a form of tour guide to help protect areas of the islands that might be at risk and also to teach about the land and culture of Hawaii. The technology trends show a rise in AI as a way to monitor environmental impact of tourism like pollution and coral bleaching and overall climate-related change, like rising sea levels and temperatures. We are also seeing a rise in eco-certifications, which are a way to give recognition to companies who make eco-friendly developments. For environmental trends, we are seeing more renewable energies and preservation efforts like we discussed. For economic trends, we are seeing more and more business make sustainable changes like swapping plastic for biodegradable products. For political trends, we are seeing more policies that are keeping tourists out of certain areas and an increase in protected areas. Lastly, for ethical and demographic trends, there is a struggle to maintain a balance between enough tourists to hold up the economy and being able to protect local lands and people from over-tourism. The final part of this project is the scenario. This scenario takes into account all of the things we have been talking about and further projects them into the future of 2050. This is an optimistic take, but it is still a realistic scenario. With the rise of conservation efforts, we see more and more areas under the protection of Hawaii law as a way to preserve the natural beauty. This has led to a rise in virtual tourism and ecotourism, where visitors are able to learn about Hawaiian culture. Though there are still changes happening with pollution and climate change, those impacts have been heavily mitigated due to renewable technology, and the eye monitoring local people are more involved with the tourism industry as they serve as teachers and guides to give guests a full Hawaiian experience. All these efforts helped preserve both Hawaiian nature and her people's way of life.
Ho'ololi mai ke ia kia manawa no ke we'ea hiki mana ana. Positive change now for a positive future. Thank you for listening to my presentation.